Good afternoon to everybody. So in
Good
last
afternoon,
lecture,
sir.
I have started the different
Afternoon,
physical
sir.
properties of the colloidal system or colloidal state. In the physical properties of the colloidal state, we have seen the different properties like osmotic pressure or elevation in the boiling point. These are the some properties which comes under the heading of physical property, and these properties are somewhat changeable as compared to the true solution. Now we are going to discuss third property, that is optical property. That optical property, in that optical property, one of the major or important optical property is Tyndall effect. Now this Tyndall effect is nothing but a scattering of a light. When a beam of light is falls on the colloidal system, then there is a scattering of the light will be takes place, and such type of effect is called as a, yes, Tyndall effect. Why the name is Tyndall? Because the scientist Tyndall who have discovered that effect, hence the name Tyndall effect is given. That is, Tyndall effect is given. So let us see some of the examples of the Tyndall effect. That is headlight of car on a dusty road. Second is light beam of film projector in a smoke filled theater. Third that is a example of a Tyndall effect is when a light beam coming through roofs in a dust filled hut. Now we will go, this is a image of Tyndall, scientist Tyndall. Now these are the detailed explanation I have, yes, shared with you in last lecture, how the Tyndall effect is there when a strong beam of a light passed through a soul is viewed at the right angle. That is, the path of light shows that like a heavy beam or cone is observed. That scattering of a light is called as the illumination of both the beam and the colloidal dispersion. And this is nothing but a Tyndall effect, or Tyndall cone is there observed. That is, that beam is called as a Tyndall beam, or cone is observed cone is called as a Tyndall cone. Now this Tyndall effect is nothing but a positive sign for the confirmation of a formation of a colloidal particle. Now if you observe the same Tyndall effect in the, if you want to try the Tyndall effect on the true solution, on the true solution there is a never shows that effect, because there is a great amount of ions present in the true solution, and that amount of ions are present in the great quantity, and thus they cannot scatter the light. Hence true solution does not shows the Tyndall effect. Now again, if you move for the intensity of the scattered light, it is intensity, that intensity is dependent upon the refractive index of the phase and medium. Means extent of the scattering is dependent upon the size of the solute as well as dilute solution as well as concentrated solution. In very dilute solution, the scattering of the light is small. This effect is will be observed if the refractive index difference is great. Means if there is a no refractive index difference, or difference between the refractive index is less, then is a no observation of a such type of Tyndall effect. Now the difference is also there. If there is a no difference between the wavelength of the incident light and scattering light, that type of effect is not observed. That is called as a, yes, Tyndall effect. So this is a diagrammatic or block diagram for the Tyndall effect, how the source of light is false on the true solution. There is a no cone is observed, but same source of light if falls on the soul, then we are getting the bright spot on the screen which having a dark background, and we are observing bright spot on that screen, and this bright spot is there. And if you observe on the container of the soul, the cone shaped image we are observing. Next, these are the some conditions for the, yes, you can call it as a Tyndall effect, and how lyophobic colloids and lyophilic colloids shows different types of Tyndall effect. And this is again second image for the Tyndall effect, how the Tyndall effect is observed for the colloidal solution as well as colloidal suspension, which completely absorb the light which we are falling. In the next image, just you look here, we are falling the light on the true solution as well as the colloidal solution. Second flask is filled with the colloidal solution, and the second flask we are observing the cone that is called as a Tyndall cone or Tyndall beam. But in the first flask or first container, there is a no cone is observed. Now first container is filled with the true solution, not a colloidal solution. Now next is the kinetic properties of the soul. We are observing that how the scientist Brown, who have discovered the that is a property, that is a Brownian motion property, how the grains are to be moves in the random direction, that is zigzag motion in the straight path. And this type of observation he has observed under the ultra microscope. Now in last lecture, I have discussed with you some of the examples of the Brownian motion. These are some examples of the Brownian motion. That is a burning incense stick, ink drop when we are adding into water, tea diffused in the water, some milk fats with jiggles in the water. Last is the heavy drinker who have walked randomly. This is one type of example of a Brownian motion. Sedimentation we are observed. Electrical property we have discussed. Electroosmosis also we have discussed in next last period. Now I am moving to the next point, that is stability of the colloid. Very important point, that is stability of the colloid. How the colloids are stable and what are the different factors for the stability of the colloidal system. Now stability for the colloidal system is due to presence of electric charge. Very important, electric charge. To precipitate the colloidal solution or sol, the particle must coagulate so as to form the aggregates. Now charge is very important for the precipitation of the colloidal solution. Such type of agglomeration is avoided due to presence of electric charge of same sign. Same sign, if same sign containing colloidal particles are there, there is no agglomeration of for the colloidal suspension or colloidal system. I am putting here in the silver bromide solution, if there is a presence of excess silver nitrate, which silver nitrate contains positively charged Ag positive ion, and on the account of absorption of Ag plus ion on the surface of the particle. Now this is if silver nitrate solution is present, such type of, yes, stability of the lyophilic sol. We are moving to next, that is stability of the lyophilic sol. Now the stability for the lyophilic sol is due to presence of electric charge of same sign. It is a very important. Stability is dependent upon the electric charge of same sign. Next is the solvation. Solvation is nothing but a tendency to bind with the solvent is called as a solvation. The layer of the molecule of the solvent forms the envelope type of structure, and due to formation of such type of solvation process or envelope type of structure, there is a prevention of aggregation. Hence the stability for the colloidal system will be less, because due to prevention of the aggregation. Lyophobic colloids readily coagulated by removing the electric charge, but lyophilic colloid which having there is a decrease in the stability but does not lead to the coagulation. Now next point is isoelectric point. The friends, you know the what is meant by isoelectric point. The concentration at which the colloidal particle have no charge, that is means the concentration of H positive can be increased by addition of acid, or OH positive will be maintained by addition of NaOH. Now this is very important if you want to maintain the isoelectric point. Means if you want to increase the H plus ion in the colloidal system, we can add the acid. If you want to add the concentration of OH minus ion in the colloidal system, you can add NaOH solution, from which OH minus ion will be generated, and there is a increase in the OH minus ion concentration in the corresponding colloidal system. So isoelectric point can be maintained by addition of certain amount of H plus, by addition of acid, or by addition of sodium hydroxide solution. And due to addition of sodium hydroxide, we will get increase in the concentration of OH minus ion. Now, according to Hardy's opinion, that is isoelectric point is nothing but a electrotheoretically inert. Most of the colloidal coagulate at this point. Means there is a coagulation when and when there is an isoelectric point will be maintained for that particular colloidal system. Now next point from your syllabus is Hardy-Suzhi law. What is meant by Hardy-Suzhi laws? Due to repulsive force of lyophobic sol, And due to this lyophobic repulsive force, soles does not allow them to settle. This is nothing but they would be settled if charge is removed. Means if there is a excess amount of charge are present now in case of lyophobic sole, and due to presence of that excess amount of charge particles present, soles cannot be allowed to settle. Okay, now particle can no longer remain apart, and they would be then aggregate and settle down under the presence of gravity. This settlement of particles is called as flocculation or called as a coagulation. Now, greater the valencies of a positively charged ion of an electrolyte being added, faster is the coagulation. That is, greater the charge, greater is the coagulation property. That is nothing but Hardy-Sujit law. Means greater is the charge present in the colloidal system, greater is the coagulation capacity. Now, the idea behind this is attractive electrostatic forces between the ions of the opposite charge. Means here, why this will be observed? The reason behind it that there is a great or attractive electrostatic force which is present between the ions of different oppositely charges. Just we will see example of this Hardy-Sujit law. The precipitation of S to S3, that is the precipitation power will be observed as in the order Al plus 3, Ba plus 2, Na plus. Means as the positive charge on the metal is goes on decreasing, the stability will be decreasing. Now this is nothing but Hardy-Sujit law. Similarly, precipitation of ferric hydroxide solution, just to check here, ferric hydroxide solution, that is positive surface is there due to presence of Fe positive charge. The precipitation of power of anion is FeCN6 3 minus to SO4 2 minus Cl minus. Just you check here, the charge on this FeCN6 is 3 minus, here 2 minus, here minus 1. Means as the negative charge decreases, the stability also decreases. Now this indicates the Hardy-Sujit law applicable for this complex FeCN6 3 minus. Now in this Hardy-Sujit law, only you have to remember that as the charge on the complex or the charge on the colloidal system decreases, there is a decrease in the stability of the colloidal system. We will see what is meant by protective action, the process of addition of lyophilic sole by which the lyophobic soles are protected. Addition of lyophilic sole in lyophilic sole is called as protective action. Why we are adding lyophilic sole in lyophobic sole? Due to that addition, the lyophobic sole gets protected from the precipitation by, why we are getting precipitation? Due to addition of electrolyte, that is called as a protection. Now this protection will be maintained by addition of lyophilic sole in lyophobic sole, and this addition of any electrolyte for the protection of precipitation is called as a protective action. The lyophilic colloid added as a protective colloid, and lyophilic sole achieve the extra stability. Why we are adding that protective colloid, protective electrolyte? Because to get this lyophobic sole protected, or to get that lyophobic sole as more stability, we are adding the electrolyte for the protective action. Now why this protective action will be due to the hydrophile is adsorbed as a monomolecular layer on the hydrophobic particle. For example, hydrophilic colloid such as gelatin, starch, etc., acting as a protective colloid for the gold sole, and due to protection, it prevents their precipitation. That is, this precipitation is prevented by the addition of limited amount of sodium chloride, that is electrolyte, and this protective action will be possible on gelatin, starch, or number of colloidal particle. These are some examples in front of you. Ca3PO4 are held as a colloided in blood due to protective action of proteins in the blood. Now this is a good protective action which is observed in the blood. To prevent the clogging in the pen, superior pen inks contains some protective colloids. We are observing in the market that some of the inks are having a high cost. The reason behind that is the high cost ink are contained or contains protective colloids, because due to addition of such protective colloids, the ink are prevented by the clogging. Means in that ink there is a no clogging will be observed, and due to prevention of clogging, the we are we are experiencing a better writing from by using such type of pen. So in the high rate ink, generally protective colloids are added to prevent the clogging. Protagol and argorol powders are acting as a protective form to form the colloidal silver. Now, next point from your syllabus is emulsion. Emulsion is nothing but when liquid is present in the liquid called as emulsion. For example, dispersion phase is liquid, dispersion medium is liquid. Means dispersed phase and dispersion medium both are liquid is called as a emulsion. Very simple example, if you add oil in water, oil acting as a dispersed phase, water acting as a dispersion medium. Best example of emulsion is oil in water. There are two types of emulsion, oil in water and water in oil. Oil is dispersed in water medium is called as a oil in water type of emulsion. Best example, milk emulsion. Milk is added in water, it is called as the emulsion of milk or milk emulsion. Water in oil, that is water is dispersed in oil. In this case, oil is dispersed in water, but here water is dispersed in oil. For example, cod liver oil. If you add some drops of cod liver oil in the water and to make the colloidal solution, that type of colloidal solution called as a emulsion. You remember it well, emulsion. Here some of the information regarding the emulsion. Oil is used to designate any liquid which is immiscible with the water and capable to form the emulsion with the water. Emulsion particles can be observed by the microscope, or sometimes it is not observed under the microscope. We have to use magnifying lens to observe such type of emulsion particle. Why there is a need to observe such type of emulsion particle under the magnifying lens? Because emulsion particle having a very less diameters of droplets, for example 0.1 micron, and very high stability, very small stability is there. They are highly unstable and they are having very less diameter, and hence emulsion particles we are observing generally under the microscope, or sometime we have to use magnifying lens in order to see such type of very less diameter containing emulsion, as well as which emulsion particle having very small stability, highly unstable nature for that. There are two experimental methods for the observation or identification of the emulsion, that is conductivity methods is also there, or fluorescence method or dilution method is also there. Now you have to add emulsifier. What is meant by emulsifier? Now when we mix the oil in the water, when we check that, now we are getting colloidal emulsion. Okay, but this colloidal emulsion is not stable, and this unstable colloidal emulsion tends to separate. If you put that mixture of oil and water for 5 minutes, what happens? Actually oil is at the upper layer and water is at the down layer, or sometime oil gets at the bottom side of the test tube or somewhat flask, and water is at the upper side of the container or flask. Now they are not properly soluble, they are not becoming homogeneous. Now to become that homogeneous system, colloidal system or emulsion system of oil and water, we have to add some third substance. That third substance is called as a emulsifier. Emulsifier is nothing but any third or any material which is added in the emulsion to get stability for that emulsion, that is called as a emulsifier. What it does, what is the role of that emulsifier? Emulsifier, what is role of that emulsifier? Just to check here, due to addition of emulsifier, the surface tension between oil and water is to be reduced, decreased. For example, of emulsifier, soaps or detergents are best emulsifier. Gelatin, egg albumin, gum or lyophilic colloids can use to form the protective coating around the small drops, oil drops. Now these are some examples of the emulsifier. Now how emulsion will be prepared? There are two preparative or three preparative methods for the emulsification or emulsion preparation: by shaking or stirring the two phases, that is dispersed phase and dispersion medium in the presence of liquid emulsifier. If we shake it well, we are getting emulsion. Second method, if you add a solution in excess to another solvent, which quickly dissolve the solvent of the added solution, but keep that liquid solute dissolved. That is the second preparative method for the emulsification, emulsion. Emulsion can best also prepared by using ultrasonic waves. If you mix colloidal phase and colloidal medium, that is dispersion phase and dispersion medium, and if you put that dispersed phase and dispersion medium under the ultrasonication waves, they will be easily emulsified, or emulsion we are getting easily if we put that dispersed phase and dispersion medium, both are liquid, under the contact of the ultrasonic waves, we are getting best emulsion. Now third part from your syllabus is gel. Gel is, what is gel? When the dispersed phase is liquid and dispersion medium is solid. Just to check, very important, dispersed phase is liquid, dispersion medium is solid, and that is called as a gel. Gel is nothing but if dispersed phase is liquid mixed in dispersion medium solid, then the resultant colloidal system is called as a gel. For example, a colloidal solution in which liquid is dispersed in solid. Liquid in solid means liquid is dispersed in solid, called as a gel. For example, lyophilic sole, that is if you take gelatin or agar-agar, this is nothing but liquid, and this liquid mixed with or mixed with sufficient water. Best example, sufficient water is liquid, and this is a liquid, this is also liquid, this is also liquid. Lyophilic sole such as gelatin or agar-agar, that is dispersed phase, and this is sufficient water, dispersion medium, both are liquid. Okay, sufficient water, one is liquid, another is a solid. Lyophobic sole, this is a solid, and sufficient water, this is a liquid, and the resultant colloidal system is called as a sole. Now after cooling that sole, whole mass sets to be homogeneous semi-solid or elastic mass is obtained. Now this elastic mass or semi-solid material is obtained, that is nothing but sole. In this process, sole particles comes together and forms the bigger aggregation, and which aggregated colloidal system finally grows so large, and they will be touched to each other, and this process is called as a gelatin. This process is known as a gelatin. I am putting here examples of gel, that is alcohol is added to saturated solution of calcium carbonate in water, initially produces a colloidal system, which for a long time, for some time, it coagulates into semi-solid mass of calcium carbonate, in which alcohol is trapped. Let us see second example, third example. I am not going to detail. You check all these examples of a gel, how gels are to be prepared. Now there are 6 types of the of gels, or classification of gel into 6 categories. First is on the basis of dispersion medium, we will classify that gel. Second is on the basis of particle size, we will classify. On the basis of chemical composition, on the basis of their property, as well as we are classify the gels on the basis of elastic or reversible gel. Lastly, we will classify gel very easily on the basis of non-elastic or reversible gel. You check all the description what I am sharing with you here regarding the classification of gel. There are 6 categories in which we will easily classify the gel as a colloidal system. Now this is a methods of preparation for the gel system. that is in which first is by coagulation or decrease in the solubility, we will be easily prepare the gel particle. Second, by chemical reaction method, we will easily prepare the gels. Third is by cooling the colloidal solution, we will get the gels. And fourth method is by exchange of solvent, we will easily obtain the gel colloidal system. Now, one by one, I will share with you by coagulation or decrease in the solubility. For example, sol of pectin sets as addition of alcohol sugar solution, or sol of aluminum or iron hydroxide sets on addition of aluminum salt and aluminum hydroxide. These are the examples of coagulation in solubility method for the preparation of gel. By chemical reaction method, we will easily prepare the gel also. For example, barium thiocyanate, when mixed with manganese sulfate, we are getting barium sulfate as a gel. Secondly, by cooling the colloidal solution, agar-agar, gelatin or soap, etc., when we heat such type of colloidal solution in hot solvent, they are easily soluble. And when these solvated soluble colloidal solution, when they are cooled, they will be automatically get obtained, or we are obtaining the gel. That is, this stability or gelatin dependent upon, or this process is dependent upon the temperature of the gelatin, time of gelatin, viscosity of the medium. These are the some different factors by which we are getting the cooling of the colloidal solution. Next method is exchange of solvent. Due to exchange of solvent, we will easily prepare the gel particles. Next is the property of gel. These are the some properties of the gel which is best is shown, that is electrical conductivity, optical property, elastic properties, or swelling of the emission of the gel property. Synersis is the best property which is exhibited by the gel particle. Now, last slide I am sharing with you, that is general applications of colloids. Now, these are the some general application or uses of the colloidal system. It is very important role in the daily life, that is human body itself as a colloidal. Just in case of many example, I am putting you how blood is acting as a colloidal system. Just protoplasm or material of plant cells, animal tissues, and bloods, various which bloods flows through the various veins are nothing but a one type of colloidal system in the nature. Fat pass through our intestines is nothing but emulsions. In case of foods subject, just milk is nothing but a best emulsion of butter and butter fat in water, which is protected by the protein. Fruit jellies, whipped creams is also there. In the medicine field, many colloidal solutions are used as a medicine, as well as they are easily assimilated into body. Cod liver oil, shark liver oil are best emulsion. Agrosol eye lotions are observing in a market, which is used to cure different types of diseases. Colloidal gourd, which is used to cure the TB, that is tuberculosis. Milk of magnesia is acting as an emulsion. This milk of magnesia is acting as an antacid to cure acidity. This is the best example of a emulsion. Many ointments are there which is present in the emulsion form. Sulfur colloids are also there, which is sprayed on the plants. Why we are spraying that sulfur colloid? To kill the germ. So these are some examples. Smoke is also there. Kidney removes urea and unwanted electrolyte. It is one type of that is colloidal system or colloidal reaction, colloidal process, which is observed in our kidney. Muddy water, basically we are purified by addition of potassium alum, and this purification by using alum is nothing but a one type of colloidal process. Cleaning action of soap is nothing but a best colloidal system action, which is experiencing in our daily life. And this cleaning action of soap is due to formation of oil in water type of emulsion. I am putting here solid alcohols are bestly used as a fuels. This is the best example of colloidal system. Bleeding of the blood can be stopped by addition of aluminum salt like alum, and this bleeding of the blood can be stopping of the bleeding of the blood is due to the colloidal process which is observed in between blood and alum, and which alum contains Al+3 salt or Al+3, and due to presence of Al+3 or process between the Al+3 and blood, there is a stopping or bleeding of the blood, which is generally we are observing here. Now this is all about our topic, that is a colloidal state topic. If you have any doubt or difficulty, you can ask me. So this is your end of your topic, that is colloidal state. We will start tomorrow the next point, that is chemical kinetics and catalysis. So we will left here. Bye.